Way more with Betway and Franco Trading Enterprise. So phone Papa. And well, today we're starting with one that says that the media and bloggers are fueling divisions in the Ghanaian music industry. This is coming from Rocky Dawuni. Yes. Industry. Now, Grammy-nominated Ghanaian musician, that's Rocky Dawuni, has recently voiced concerns about the role of the media and bloggers in shaping the Ghanaian music industry. In an interview on Asempa FM, Rocky criticized the agenda of the media in putting artists against each other and fueling enmity between the industry. He argued that this trend undermines the growth of the local creative economy and contributes to divisions within the industry. Dawuni criticized the emphasis on sensationalism and beefs, which he says creates tension among artists and their fan bases. He urged the Ghanaian entertainment media to shift its focus towards more constructive stories that uplift and promote the industry. He mentioned that instead, the focus should be on unity and positive growth. And here's what he said on Asempa FM.
And I'm telling the media, because the media is complicit in this.
Okay.
Both the bloggers and all of that. You can write anything you want after I say this.
Yes.
You are very integral in festering that division that has been a cancer for Ghana music.
Okay.
You see, Ghana music would have gone far, far, far if it wasn't for the internal fighting among our artists. And our artists being pit against each other. And even some headlines that are done, somebody even didn't even say that, then you do, and all of a sudden there's like we are like divided against ourselves. The only way we can move is if we move as a movement.
Okay.
You can imagine all the artists that I'm talking about coming together, doing concerts together, traveling to other countries with the support of our country, with us, taking over venues in every country and playing concert. But we are playing it not because we are competing against each other, but we are complaining to showcase something that is indigenous and representative of our country. Do you know how far we will move ahead rather than spend time breaking ourselves, destroying ourselves, attacking ourselves as to who is king, who is not king, who is this, who is landlord, who is no, I won't say that.
Right, so that was the voice of Rocky Dawuni on Asempa FM, and he says that the media and bloggers are fueling divisions in the Ghanaian music industry. And I'm sure for my panel, this might not be the first day hearing this. Maybe they've heard it a few times. But when it comes to the industry, many are of the opinion that beefs, it's okay for the beefs to happen in the industry. There are others who also feel like, listen, some of the stories that we put out there, that's what people want to hear, that's what people want to read. Hence, they also go, when they are having conversations, they sort of ask certain questions that will create, that will create a talkability and all that. And so, showbiz, there's so much to do on there, but this is what he said. But he also, in as much as he said, he also emphasized the fact that the media needs to focus on unity and positive growth, so that, maybe there should be a balance or something of the sort. So I said, this morning I've been joined by Edem, I have Cindy here, and I have Martinez here. And this is Showbiz Review. Is brought to you by Betway and Franco Trading Enterprise. Let me start with you, Martinez. Rocky Dawuni believes that the media and bloggers are the ones fueling divisions in the Ghanaian music industry. Is that the case? Is it the media and the bloggers who are doing it, or the artists are the ones who are rather doing it, or giving us the opportunity to actually discuss some of these things? Because you and I know that there are people who even plan some of these things. they go behind closed doors. Charlie, this is the only way I'm coming up with this project. This is the only way people can talk about me. So I'm going to do music to attack you to attack. But we are here. We've heard people who have been in beefs or issues that has got the media like talking, and then in the end they come out to say that, oh, it was just a joke, it was just publicity stunt and all that. So what's your take on it? Do you agree with Rocky Dawuni, or you have a different opinion?
I don't entirely agree. Yeah, because to some extent you cannot blame the media 100% for what is, in quotes, tag as beef or maybe confusion between artists. In any case, not all media platforms are even fueling that.
Yeah.
Just not all media platform, because even this platform, this particular
platform.
Yes, Hitz FM Showbiz Review. I mean, there are certain topics you don't even allow us to treat. There are certain matters that we hear other platforms treating, but off air, you guys go like, nah, we're there.
This one is not good.
We won't touch it because they are about the web industry. So not every platform. But of course, I can understand where he's coming from. I mean, looking at his level, looking at his pedigree, his impact, where he sits now. If we are talking about one of the brands that we are proud of as an industry, Rocky Dawuni is one. Recently, list of personalities that were given diplomatic passports.
Yeah.
Yes,
he was one of them.
Yes, so it tells you his weight in the space. So, I mean, when he sits to speak, it carries huge weight. And because of his influence, I mean, he has to use his voice to one way or the other shape the industry as he feels he's supposed to do in order to help build the industry for the next generation. I mean, to protect it. So you could feel the passion he spoke with. I don't think it is everyone who is interested in this particular advice. No, not everyone is interested, because some are deliberately and strategically doing things to, generate trends, especially when you go on YouTube. There are some platforms that are always interested in, stuffs that bring confusion, and that is what is giving them the numbers.
That's what people
I've
are
watched
watching,
couple of and
listening,
yes,
and contributing,
and
generate talkability.
You see, apart from maybe talking about beefs and some level of controversy, they never bring any, relevant discourse or matter, or talk about pressing issues. Things that will elevate the industry. There are platforms on YouTube that are actually not interested in stuff like that. All they do is to just come and, throw more light on ongoing beef and some sort of controversies. So if we are talking about media platform fueling this confusion between artists, it is true when you go on YouTube. Yes, there are some that are really doing that. Of course, there are some traditional platforms also discussing certain things for trend sakes, for the purpose of, eyeballs, and even when it comes to the websites, there are some who are interested in some of these things just for the clickbait and all of that. So we understand they are all part of the industry, but we need to look at the bigger picture. If we are talking about unity, we are talking about artists getting, huge recognition globally, then we have to factor some of these things, and we need some media houses to lead this course. So I am very happy how this platform is very critical when it comes to some of the topics we discuss, because at the end of the day, we cannot, for the purpose of trends, just to discuss anything, all in the name of entertainment or showbiz.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, one way or the other, we're also tarnishing the image of the industry. But there are some people too, that's what they want to hear. Yeah. That's what they are interested in. They feel, it's that is what brings some vibrancy in the industry. And some artists have also mentioned it, when they do this, it's give them some sort of energy, some sort of, some power, or like it's all about supremacy. You understand? So once you are able to get this talkability, you get that control, that number. So some are enjoying it. Like you rightly said, behind the scene, some create stunts.
Yes.
And again, we know they are all part of it. Stunt is also part of the game, which we agree. But it has to be done very well. So for me, talking about the media fueling, the beef and all of that, I mean, yes, the media cannot take itself out of it when we are talking about, a united front. In fact, the media plays a pivotal role. But of course, you cannot entirely blame the media, as he put it. He also needs to send some words of wisdom to fellow artists. It should come from artists to artists as well.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, if you're advising one side, how about the other side? Some of the artists are also interested in this because they feel that is also giving them that trend and that recognition. But at the end of the day, what's your principles? What's your ideology as a brand?
As a brand. Okay.
Yes, one thing about the media too is to, inform, entertain, and educate. So sometimes you, the artist, what you put out there is what the media also... Exactly. So it's a two-sided issue. The media always get a blame. This is not the first time we are discussing it. Every time the media is blamed. And I can understand. It's because the media has that power to change the narrative. And of course, the media is doing it. I mean, the industry is well-shaped now.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, we still need more. It's a growing industry. But from what we are seeing now, I mean, it's a good cause. And so they also need to commend the media. I'm waiting for that day.
That's
artists will also sit on the media. Yes, and commend the media fully for how...
Some of them do.
Yes.
Some of them do.
But, they don't say that with that passion. It's like they don't say that with that energy when they are talking about stuff like. But when it comes to blaming, the media or blame games, yes, that one. But of course, there are some bad ones, especially the YouTube, social media. Some are really not helping at all. Some are really not helping. All in the name of trends. That's what they are interested in, and so they just sit, watch the space. And any positive that is going on, they will not be interested to touch it.
They'll make it negative.
When they come in, so it's something we have to deal with it. But the mainstream media or the traditional media has a big role to play. Some of the things we are talking about can only be facilitated by the top media platforms.
Right.
And here, I mean, the record is set straight. When the Sheikh came here not too long ago, and we heard some of the things she said about this plus. So it is good. That advice coming from Rocky Daoni, it is very good. But next time, you should also advise fellow artists. Maybe they may not listen to others, but if it's coming from Rocky, that we need to, they themselves have to come together. Yes, it's very important. They should also advise themselves.
Well, let me move straight to Cindy. And Cindy, I mean, in as much as he's made that comment, don't you think it should be a balance where maybe there's a bit of negative, there's a bit of positive? Because at the end of the day, it's an industry. Showbiz in its form is like... it's something else. There's a bit of excitement, there's a bit of sadness, there's a bit of everything in there. But just like Martinez said, especially the ones that are online are in their own lane.
Yeah. Doreen, I would like to take this opportunity to greet my fellow panelists here and also your viewers and listeners. Right. So with what the question he asked, I believe that as a country and as an entertainment industry, where we've gotten to, in as much as we need that, we have a broader picture that we should look at. Do you understand? Because we always consider ourselves or compare ourselves with Nigeria and other countries doing big. well, they might have worked, they might have had things like that working for them, but should we adopt that? I think the negative side is too much, because most of the time bloggers, I will go for bloggers, because most of the time bloggers use sensationalism over substance. Do you understand? And then sensationalism is basically exaggerating and then causing dramatization just to get people to go to their blog post and then go and see what's happening there. Which shouldn't be so. They should give us the information that we need. Martinez rightly said that when you go to YouTube, you see people not advocating or telling the story as it is, but thriving on the negativity side of it just to make numbers. I think as a country and as an entertainment industry, we don't need that. So we should actually adhere to what he's saying. He's a legend, of course. He's been in the industry for long, and he knows what he's saying, because he had experiences, and I believe that he has considered certain things, and then he is now making a conclusion with that. So yeah, basically that is all that I have to say.
Okay, Adam, but don't you think that when it comes to this, it's not like it's only in Ghana, it's in every other country's industry, showbiz industry. This is not new. It's like we sit here, we read so much from Hollywood. You see, there's so much going on there. You go to Nigeria, they are also in their own space. You go to South Africa, they also, and I'm sure this story, this particular one, if you take it, it will run through all platforms in different countries. So what's the difference?
There's no country specific problem. I mean, it's part of the ecosystem that people need to find the ways of dealing with. If you look at the sports sector, every sector, they have that group of journalists who will not, be singing praises. They will be critical, because our first responsibility as a media is to the people, that's the public. And if there is some information the public needs to know, we need to provide regardless of, because at times we the media create platforms for diverse opinions. So you may think that this should be the narrative running, but somebody will come with a diverse opinion, which is quite opposite from what you are thinking. It is why artists need to invest in their PR and be strategic. When the negative comes, what structures or strategies are you putting in place to be able to overcome? That is where image restoration comes in, and that is really technical. It has to deal with the problem, and based on that, the PR strategy is, used to address the situation. Media will always be media. You have, and like every profession, no one is perfect. There are some who cross the barrier and go overboard. And that you can also take them on. When they try to be malicious, which may injure your reputation as a brand, you have every right to take them on. There is a media commission, among others. So you have a right to a rejoinder. You have a right to taking the person on, whether a civil, or maybe if somebody is spewing out certain things which borders on criminality, you can take them on through the criminal justice system. So, whichever way, there are ways of dealing with it. So you need to be tactical, especially if you're an artist and you see that this reportage is trying to bring your heads together. You go for an interview and the questions are bringing your heads together. You can stay out of it. Say, I don't want to go there, or no comment. Nobody will force you. So don't push the work to one side, because they can control you. Both artists need to, at times some of the artists enjoy that thing when
they do enjoy
they see that somebody is trying to make another part or another artist or another creative look bad. Some enjoy it, and they will sit down and make it go until it is about them. Said your Mukano, if you know, you try quite and foul fear, so quite it, but a foul fear. So the artists have a role to play, and they also need to understand that this it's part of the culture. I mean, if you go to America, it is there. I mean, even President Trump himself has to label some media houses in a certain light.
Yeah.
You know, there are some media houses who, when they ask him question,
You just ignore it, or he'll not even answer.
yes, because he knows that they may create problem for him. So you need to understand and accept that it's parts and find a way to overcome them so that they do not. I mean, if you are coming out with a project, you have a focus, you don't let people derail you from the focus because they are trying to bring your heads together with somebody. Stay focused on the project and deliver it.
All right.
If you think they have gone overboard, there are so many remedies. Take them on.
So it means that it will still be there. We all have to just figure out how to manage it in terms of whatever we do, whether you're an artist, you're an actor, you are whatever it is. And I'm sure it is some of the questions that have gone to Rocky Dawuni, hence his comments about this, because I remember sometimes like you meet them and they will ask you a question on the spot and you're like, why I'm here for this? You are asking me about something else. You know, sometimes you go for a program, you're expecting the journalist or someone to ask you a question about the program, and they are like, the last time you were here, though, you said this. But as Adam said, it is entirely up to you to decide how you want to answer that, or if you have a PR team, you know how to manage some of these things. Still, Showbiz Review here on Hitz 1039 FM. We're moving straight to our next one.
This is Hitz.